Tell them stop with all the hating. Stop pop up on occasion. Like who want contact? My subcontract. I done made a profit off the cage. Turn keys to a profit. Now I profit off the stage. I defend my grind. This is no 1099. Please, my guys prefer profit over wages. What else?
There's a lot of heroes out there, man. You hear me? Be your own hero, though. It's the podcast.
BYOH, we so fly. L1NK, he got the 4-5. It's profit in this bitch, yeah, we copping more pies. Known to be my own hero with a poppy stove fire. Facts. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Really hate that. You're right. And then they lay back. What? Take that. Take that. Ha. Facts. I don't need nobody saving me. And then I lace him. Meet my maker. But he's scared to even chase it. He's scared to leave the basement. Oh no. They so wrong. To write your own song. Now write your own song.
You know what I'm saying? The fathers is dope. Not even the stepfathers, the godfathers, the father figures.
Celebrate father figures.
The mentors, like I got a mentor when I was young. I was in a dark place when I was young. Like my pop was on drugs. I hated my pop and expressed it loud through music. I'm a pup. I was listening to songs like Papa was a Rolling Stone, Temptations, on blast.
Yeah.
On blast in the crib.
Knowing it was true though, right? Like
my mom and them knowing he in this place right now. Yeah. Let him stay there. I'm drawing in the crib, though. I know I am. Yeah, that song be on like 7 minutes before the verse even come in. You know what I'm saying? But there's another joint I was used to listen to, Cameron. It's off. It's called D-Rugs. I used to have beef with my mom because he still fucked with my pop, and he was on drugs. Mind you, my mom, my best friend in the whole wide world. That's my person. That's why I said, you know what? My mom would have wanted me to come do this interview, so I'm sliding. I mean, but and I like you know how people say, oh, I got the best mom in the world.
Yeah.
I don't gotta say it because other people say it for me.
You got the best mom in the world.
Damn, you got the best mom in the world.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But like, that's really how I am. I just follow her. Yeah. I just follow her lead. Like, I care for people. I give you the shirt off my back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's real, man. Shout out to Mom Dukes. Shout out to all the father figures. Father figures.
Hey, shout out to all the moms, man.
I used to buy my month, right? I used to buy, it's still Women's. Shout out to Mark. I used to buy my mom Father's Day cards.
I did that too, though.
You know what I'm saying? But as I got older, I remember when I hugged my pop, I was like, damn. It's my dad. I was like 20 years old at Wild Skating Ring at one of my little cousins or one of my little niece's birthday party. I can't remember who. But I hugged him and was like, damn. Yeah. This is me. And I remember when I'm dropping headshots. He in the rehab of Frankfurt. He went to Franklin Mills, see me on the way. He called me like, yo, I'm proud of you. That shit made my dad like, damn. But shout out to the dads. But that's another reason why I say think about more than yourself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what he was facing. I didn't know what battle he was having. I didn't know what he was up against. We did an interview February 3rd, 2020. That's how the world worked. February 3rd, I wanted to start a podcast in 2020. I've been trying to start this podcast, right? But I wouldn't start it without getting the right interview. And the right interview was my pop. So for like 4 years, I was trying to get this interview out of him, right? And look how crazy it worked. 4 years I was trying to get this interview. February, it's like the end of January, we leaving my mom and pop crib. My son get his hand smashed in the door. He bleeding. I run him upstairs because we about to leave. he started leaking. My son, what, 2 probably? No, with my son, 5 now. This is 2023. Yeah, he like 2. I run him upstairs. My dad like over the sink, bringing out a mop. I'm like, Dad, look out, he bleeding. Excuse me. And he hit me with the joint. That nigga ain't gonna die. I turned red. I went back to when I was young, and then was just, hero, we out. Yeah. And I had beef with him all that week, and he would call me, and I would answer. But I had heavy beef with him. I finally answered. And I still got the message saved on my phone. I finally answered. He like, my fault, man. I was tripping. You know, I'm going through my own shit. You know what I'm saying? My pop died also. He died. Crazy part how the world worked. February 3rd, we did the interview. He died March 15th. Oh, shit. So a month later, we about to go to AC for my birthday party. We driving back from AC on the day of my birthday. We got the call he did. So how the world work, how God work. Yeah. My pop died on my birthday. I'm like, that's some type of sign, some type of... And we just did a dope interview. I'm going to send it to you to check out, man. Yeah, but we got to talk about everything, and I got to understand more. And I got to ask questions I didn't never know before, but I was trying to interview him for 4 years, so I was just writing everything down.
That's crazy because, like, you know, my pop is still alive, you know. But he's been in prison the past 20 plus, 22, 23 years. Mm-hmm. That was a big part.
Shout out to Pop.
Shout out to Pop. That was a big reason why I decided to jump into the corrections world, you know, and try to see him. You know what I'm saying?
Try to make some things happen. I was listening. Listen, I'm an observer too. So yeah. I was.
There's a few bars out there.
Yeah, the bars you was talking about. Yeah, listen, man.
I try to dive into it a little more in the bars, bring that poetic world to the poetic world. Yeah. Right? You know, hearing people talk about their pops, because I've hugged my pops too, though. You know,
imagine the ones that didn't.
Yeah.
Imagine the ones that know they pop, don't speak to their pop, don't talk to their pop,
they resent all that.
Don't know what was going on. Like I tell my homies, like, man, my pop had to go through what we go through, and we got through it. But it'd be like some of my homies that ain't talked to their pop for forever, and they pop still living. Yeah. I'd be like, yo, you don't know what's going on with your pop. Go holler at him. Shout out, I ain't even gonna shout out my youngin' though. He called me about his pops. Yeah, look, go have a conversation with your pop.
Yeah, because they going through it too.
Like
you ain't realize like especially as an adult. You know, with kids, we ain't got too many responsibilities.
Especially as a man.
As a grown
you know everything that's going on in this world. You know how females is. You know all the. Go holler at your pop.
No bullshit. For a while, I hated my pops. Right? Like,
I know how that feels, boy.
I didn't understand the concept of prison neither. Right? So all I know is the boy was gone. The boy was gone. My mom, I think at one point, like everybody, mom said he's in college, or he's at the University of the State of.
You just knew he wasn't there.
He wasn't there, so I hated him for a while. And the older I got, especially when I dove into the prisons, man, you know, people probably would never really understand it.
Yeah,
they could judge it, but they never understand it. Especially when I dove into the prisons, I got a full understanding. After reading his case and all that, like no pedophilia, none of that. It was just a regular dude on the block trying to make a living,
trying to get it,
and get caught up on some, you know. And I've read his case, so I was like, damn, just another motherfucker growing up in the wrong environment. You know what I'm saying? And
now they making everything legal.
And it made me want to know where the fuck he at, because even as a kid we always see the police officer take the criminal away. We never see where they take that criminal to, right? I wanted to know where they was at, and I kind of had the opportunity to get into it. I got into it, and I knew where they was at. And I was like, yo,
shit is
this ain't where it's at.
Yeah, this ain't where I want to be.
This ain't even where I want to be.
My mentor was a cop. Tyrone Crawley. I speak highly of him.
Shout out to him.
My mom, that's what I encourage people. Listen, you young, the kid tripping, get him a mentor. Find a positive influence that can dive into your kid, man. Somebody from his community, too. That's big. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody that knows what's going on. Big. Somebody know what's out there, what he up against.
That is big.
They know the communities. Like, I had a mentor by the name of Tyrone Crawley. He worked at, like you said, he was a cop. He worked at the Police Athletic League, the POW.
POW Center, yeah.
But what he taught me, and taught me how to be a man. Not taking nothing from my pop. Not shitting on my pop or none of that, but taught me how to be a man. Taught me how to complete the mission. Yeah. Taught me how to learn new things, man. One of his things, you gotta know how to, you come here, you gotta know how to play ping pong, and you gotta learn how to play chess. And it was the 24 challenge also. I don't know if you remember the 24 challenge. It was a math challenge. Okay. But we going citywide to play people in math, so you better learn this too. Oh shit. So that was our thing. I'm gonna show you the cards. But everything that was taught to me as a youngin', I put it in my center. So it's a ping pong table in my center to represent Tyrone Crawley. You know what I'm saying? Like my 2020 beat me up. I always say it. I lost my pop, lost my grandma, lost my mentor, lost my mentee. All in a matter of like 6 months, and my mom got sick. So my mom had to move in with me for a couple months. But bounced back, I jumped into, all right, I'm going to get this community center I was talking about when they was here. I'm going to have a podcast room, because me and my mentee used to talk about, let's get a podcast room for all the podcasters. They could come here and podcast, but not only can they come here, we're going to teach them how to record. Yeah. We're going to teach them how to do audio. We're going to teach them how to do video. That way you can come record yourself. Yeah. You ain't got to go pay nobody else. Like a creative center. Yeah, like come, yeah. And but it just makes me feel good about able to follow through and complete that mission. This center's called Heroes Mark Enterprise. Hero is my son. Your son. Shout out. Mark is my pop. The logo is a small hand and it's a big hand. And they giving a high five.
Definitely got to send me that.
Giving a high five. But the small hand is my son hand. The big hand is my pop hand. They always used to high five. To this day, my son, I lost my grandpa when I was about 1. I didn't know my grandpa. So my son losing his grandpa at 2, it's pictures around. He remember who he is. At night when we pray, I'm praying for both of my grandpas. Even though one of them gone, he praying for both of them. So that's just dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm so glad you did that though.
Again, shout out to the pop though, because my pop was on that shit, but he definitely was a pop.
Nah, but
he was there.
You created a program, like you created an organization based around the love for your pops and the love for your son.
But the love they gave me, the love people gave to me, I got a rotary phone in it.
I try to remind them, huh?
Because my grandma died in 2020. She was 90. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She always had a rotary phone. So I put a rotary phone in there, and I tell the kids, you know what this is? Do you know what this do? I can plug it up to get service, but I'm like, do you know what this is? You know what it do? They're like, how you press the buttons? I'm like, this is what we had to go through when we was young.
They talking about pressing buttons.
What? You gotta and you gotta wait for it to go back. Not only that, I'm like, another thing I do in my programs, right? In our programs, we make the kids fill out the applications themselves. We don't allow parents to fill out applications unless we absolutely need them. Now you can sit with them, but it's the child's job. But it's a basic application.
It's like a legitimate challenge.
It makes you remember. Like we had to remember numbers.
Yeah. Now, even me born in 91, I had to remember numbers. Yeah. I didn't have my first cell phone until I was
2000s or something. 17. Yeah, but just remembering 19 numbers. My old number 215 we didn't even have a 215 in there. It was just 7 digits. Yeah, no, I remember 235 1535. You know what I'm saying? My grandma had her number all her life, 7633768. Yeah. Man, it used to be to the point where as though they give you the letters. They don't even give you the number. They give you a whole word. But I be trying to teach the kids that, like, appreciate, like, words in my center. Appreciation. That's the
beauty behind
accountability.
Like, you got to know where we came from. Yeah. In order to know where you going, in a sense, because history have a sense of repeating itself.
History always repeats itself.
Exactly.
Shout out the headshot. One more run. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out the headshot.
That's a drop. We coming.
You out here though. I don't think you realize that you are Headshot, bro.
No, listen, I'm still. I know that.
Well, you know it. He said he knows. He said I know I'm God's gift. I know.
You know what I mean?
I know it. But
When I do, that's me knowing. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is though, you don't have to keep saying, "Yo, we coming out with something." Bro, you out here. You in the mix. You out here, and we respect you, man.
I love it. I love it outside, man.
Yeah,
outside is fun.
Too, man.
Outside is fun, man. Outside is dope. It's very creative.
And I told you a question about outside real quick.
Talk to me.
It's not really about outside. It's just
Okay,
but
go ahead.
you're saying you're back and you've been right. You're
Mm-hmm.
past, present, in the future, right? So this is, of course, Link L1AK 215. On my channel, I talked a lot about the DVD era. And how important it was to the city, and I think it's still the
You
hardest.
highlight the artists and all that.
Exactly,
Don't think
exactly.
I'm not. Come on, man.
Exactly. So I always talked about, I guess, how important and how hard it was for that era of rap, because it was a lot of monsters out there. So for you to be like considered one of the best, the average person is better than people in other cities. Mm-hmm. So it was like for you to be the top of the top, it was crazy. So I already gave my Mount Rushmore. I still was his Mount Rushmore. If he could bless us with giving a Mount Rushmore of the DVD era all the way, because there's different eras inside of it.
So all right, listen, right. I knew y'all was gonna try to get me on one of these, but I'm gonna give y'all. It's gonna be a little political.
No problem.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all multiple versions of my answers. Right.
Let's go.
Me saying Headshot would be biased. Me saying any artist from Headshot would be biased, because I'm gonna tell you why. We stand on our own Mount Rushmore. We on our own little situation over there. You know what I'm saying? Them guys that was put together over there was kind of different. They stood out differently from everybody. Not to say in a good way, not to say in a bad, not to say who's better than that. But I bet you could do this way better than anybody could do this.
Or what if he reworded it and said, "Who's the Mount Rushmore for Headshot, and who's the Mount Rushmore for just DVD era period?"
No, I'm gonna just tell y'all who I like.
All right, okay. Four.
Other
I
than
tried to
Headshot.
I tried to
Other than
remember. So
Headshot. See, that's when your interview. Huh?
Headshots excluded. Everybody else.
Headshot excluded.
Okay.
And I know I'm gonna miss people. So
No problem. It's only four.
if I forgot you, I got you.
I forgot.
Let me talk about that era. Monster.
Monster and Sean Brown.
Monster. I
Scrap
love
metal.
Sean Brown. I love scrap metal as a whole
Scrap metal.
unit. But
Monster
the
has a
type
special
of
gift.
folks that I enjoy, the
pain.
type of that pain, that the things that I adore about rap and that type stuff, Monster was my guy. Vodka is probably my favorite rapper.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? He was my favorite rapper, not just for the DVD era, just rap. I watched Vodka battle Joey Jihad. I watched Vodka battle, and this is how I knew I was meant to be here, right? I watched Vodka battle Joey Jihad before Headshots was rolling. Before it was just becoming a thing silently. I recorded Cicero versus Joey Jihad on 22nd and Lehigh. 23rd and Lehigh rather. I was right there. If you look at the old footage, it's a boy with a hat on. I think it was a blue Seattle Mariners hat. But I got one camera and I'm recording it. Because I still was involved in, I was becoming who, eventually became Young Bob Headshot. Major figures. Diamond District. Off the Hook. The Cartel. Ram Squad. State Property. Young Guns before State Property, when they was at Gratz just getting to what they were becoming. I was always around it. I always studied it. My man, I had a bald head back in the day. I thought I was Gilly the Kid. I never even told Gilly this. But we was running around high school, Roxborough High. My man worked out the landlord. He's big in the real estate community. He got a bunch of things going on in the community. He lived with a figure. Like one of the figures is his cousin, or two of them was his cousin. So he used to have tapes. So he would bring them to school, and we would put them in my car, and we drive around like, oh, the figures. He put us on. So I was always into it. Lotto, Black Fame, Ken Rock. Shout out to my man, life coach Ken Rock. He just came out. He doing some dope things too. I want to say doing some dope things for giving the kids the jail aspect. Like y'all would be a good dialogue because he did like 20 when he's home, but he was a rapper. He was trying to be the first boy with a 4-door drop. That was one of his old Jones.
Okay. Definitely got to link in with
Yeah.
Sure.
So he's doing a lot with the youngins and all that. But that was my old head from Off the Hook. Kennedine, Drop in the Wintertime. The boy Bubby, Lava, like them guys, like we was.
I mean, you going off on names. I didn't hear a solid Mount Rushmore.
Oh no, I'm gonna get back to that because I just gotta.
I know you gonna
remember. Yeah. I was in my what we say?
Reminiscing right now.
Yeah, vodka.
So who you guys so far?
Vodka,
Monster and Vodka.
Monster and Vodka. Okay.
NH.
NH. Nice.
Nasty.
NH.
Holmes.
It's a solid.
That's kind of a little biased too, because NH was damn near headshot also. Cree Forge.
Ooh, South Philly. Okay.
Cree Forge.
Okay.
That's different, actually. He just kind of threw
I'm
that.
the one to collect calls, so I charge niggas to talk like a collect call.
Talk that word.
No, he said I'm the one to connect call, so I charge niggas to.
To collect.
But
Right?
yeah.
I see
Oh man,
That's
listen.
a good forward. So Monster.
Damn, I know.
Rap metal. We have Cool. You know what I mean? Vodka. You said
The Igloo,
who else uses it?
NH,
NH.
Cree Forge, and that was like the. I liked a lot of people,
Yeah,
but
they
that
was-
pain that they
similarity
displayed,
I
that
have,
was my thing. That's where I was at.
Vodka was more unique as a rapper because he could just go anywhere with his flow and style.
but
they still had that pain.
Pain in your life.
Well, now you kind of brought it up a little
Pain
bit.
in your life.
Mentioning Easy, right? Easy Black Cap. He kind of does that for you. Is there anybody else in the game right now, currently active? I don't want to ask you for your top 4.
No, not my pain, but
but
like even they just asked me something about this the other day. But I don't include like Kaboom,
okay.
Still, because I feel like y'all already know I'm gonna pick them. Y'all already know how I feel about them. I already displayed
biased,
how,
right?
you know what I'm
You
saying.
said they names
They
first.
already
Yeah.
like that. But News is my guy.
But even
When it comes to the battle, News is
well, we just watched him on the Academy the other day.
before that. But listen, it's crazy. We was on live the other day. I jumped in on the live. He like, damn, if this boy connect, but he don't know. I'm making them calls to Stiz. I'm making them calls to Nah. Get News a bigger one.
You know what's crazy though?
Get News a bigger one.
We rolling. It's gonna be a glorious night. Be your own hero, Young Bob. Headshots to this. Shook up the rap scene. Now shake up the poetry scene. It's gonna be big, man. Be your own hero. Tune in.
BYOH, we so fly. L1NK, he got the 4-5. It's profit in this bitch, yeah, we copping more pies. Known to be my own hero with a poppy stove fire.